So, when they put this shed in for me, wasn't here that day. Not that it's my wife's fault, because it wasn't at all. But it's a prefab shed. I put the loft in. I made the hangers and stuff. And it's made real well. It's 2x4 construction. It's pressure treated plywood floor. It's on 4x4 runners. No particle board or OSB. It's solid. This is not a Home Depot shed. I had contemplated building one, but I didn't have the time, and my stuff was outside getting wet. So I don't regret it. The only regret that I have is that I probably should have gone bigger, which is because I have the room. I think this shed's 10 by 12. I probably should have gone 12 by 16, something like that. But anyway, when they put it in this town, you know, certain sheds require you to get a building permit. And the only way that requires a building permit is if you pour footings or have any sort of foundation. So technically this is still movable. So what I had to do was come in here and put down all this stone. This I added later. Originally it probably came out to about there, and it was ugly. The grass over here was terrible, and I'm still fighting it. But the grass looks pretty good now. When we moved in, it looked like a lunar surface. It's horrible. Anyway, the old guy who brought the shed in, he didn't square it up like I would have liked. And while he kind of leveled it, it's not. And it's gotten worse. And it's gotten worse for a couple reasons. A, he didn't do a great job leveling it. And B, this is a low point. As you can see, you know, we're going downhill, downhill, and downhill, right basically to this point. This is probably the worst possible spot to put anything of any weight, because all the water settles here. So it's sunk, and where it's sunk is this back corner, and I'll get to that in a second, but I'll show you what it's off by. Now, I'm not going to take everything out. I got a lot of weight up there. But that's by far the heaviest, and that's right in this corner. So, let's see what we're off by. If I remember correctly, it was around an inch. As you can see. Maybe 1.5 inches. And then this way, obviously, same deal. Maybe even more. So, we gotta go up at least an inch. So, I'm gonna kind of show you how I'm gonna do it. I've used the high lift jack for vehicles. I've used them for prefab steps that had sunk for customers. Never used one for a little miniature building, but I have no doubts that it'll work. So what I did, as you can see, it rained last night and this is real muddy. The fact that the dog digs right here isn't helping. I got the high lift set up. Got a piece of angle iron on there. It'll help distribute the load, not crunch whatever's under there. And I got a piece of 5/4 oak, which should be strong enough not to split. I couldn't find any plywood. So, let's see. Going up, and that's heavy. Let's try one more. Oh yeah. Should have put something right there. We're up. Let's see what it looks like inside, and that is sinking. The shed's heavy, and it's heavy because of what is inside too. Ooh, CH. Just a wee tad more. That sucks. Oh, I don't like that. Just got hit with that handle. We're flying now. I don't think it's too happy about it, but we're up across the board. Alright, let's see. Even feels better underfoot. I can live with that. I kind of don't want all the weight on that corner for too long. Oh shit. I mean, we're not worrying about plumbing fixtures and stuff like that. I can live with that. So, to shore it up, keep it shored up. Couple of these. Life interrupting. Trying one of these right now. Found these in the woods. I think there's a video of me scavenging them, and I knew I'd have a use for them. So, like the Wicked Witch of the West here. Now, I'm thinking, dig that out, send Mr. I-beam right there. I like that, because it's hard to tell, but that, she's splitting, because we're rolling this, well, this way. And as you can see, you know, those are sinking. And I mean, he only put them in one corner. Not too impressed, but my oak is holding up. That's left over from my trailer. Anyway, I gotta go inside and see what I'm getting yelled at about. That's all there is to it. I mean, the other way I could square it up. This is, I crashed into that with my tractor. You know, you could do plumb right here, but that wouldn't, since it's vinyl, you know, might lie a little bit, but yeah, I fucked that up a bit. That sucks. This is a corner no one sees anyway. But anyway, that's how you level a shed. And this is a heavy one. And High Lift is a great tool. They're really strong, really versatile. There are other brands, people who make like a farm type jack. Smittybilt, there's some others, but they are made overseas. And no thank you, as you can see somewhere. Made in USA. A lovely bride found this for me, picked it up, and I've used it a few times. You can use these things for everything, so I'm gonna let it go there and have a good day.